Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Good evening, this is the National News Telecast with the latest updates from home and across borders. I'm Vibhuda Vijay Pandara.
A very good evening, I'm Dilanjali Ananda and these are the headlines for tonight.
It's been 7 years since the Easter Sunday terrorist attack. Religious programs in all churches across the island. Investigations regarding the Easter Sunday attack have reached a critical juncture, says Reverend Father Cyril Gamini. Low-flow bus service for the handicapped commences from Makumura. An income of more than 530 million rupees from Expressways during the New Year festive season. Former parliamentarian Premalal Jayasekara taken into custody in Nuwara concerning an incident of threatening with a firearm. All energy centers and bridges of Iran will be destroyed if Iran does not participate in peace negotiations, says President Trump. And now for those stories and other news items in detail, we are starting off with local news. Today marks the 7th year of the series of Easter Sunday bomb attacks.
It occurred on the 21st of April 2019, targeting 8 places including 3 churches and 3 luxury hotels. 289 people were killed in these attacks and another group sustained injuries. While morning mass of the Easter Sunday was being held, which is considered as a holy day for Catholic community, several suicide bombers blasted at the St. Anthony's Church, St. Sebastian Church in Katuapitia and Zion Church in Batticaloa, soaking the places with blood. In the meantime, several suicide quarters crashed into luxury hotels of Shangri-La, Kingsbury and Cinnamon Grand, inflicting fear in the Colombo city. They targeted the local and foreign tourists who were having breakfast in the Easter Sunday morning. Due to this unexpected series of Easter Sunday attacks, 269 persons were killed, including 46 foreigners belonging to 14 countries. Over 500 others were injured by the attacks. After the current government came into power, the investigations on this incident are being carried out speedily and transparent manner. The government has been able to assure an independent and impartial investigation over this barbaric attack that marks its 7th year.
And in the meantime, religious programs have been organized at all churches in the island on the occasion of the completion of 7 years since the Easter Sunday terrorist attacks. The main church service was conducted in the morning today, led by Archbishop His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit at St. Anthony's Church, Kochikade. 2 minutes silence was observed from 8:45 in the morning today while ringing the bell for the departed. Prayers were conducted centering all churches, lighting candles and oil lamps, remembering the departed and affected due to the Sunday terrorist attacks. Leaders of all religions, foreign ambassadors, the affected people and their family members also joined the occasion. Archbishop His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit observed the attacks were clearly part of a subtle conspiracy and an attempt to shatter the peace and harmony that existed within the country at the time. He noted that when religious leaders united following the initial blast to appeal for calm, the conspirators saw their initial hopes frustrated by the public's peaceful response. Consequently, he pointed out that these groups made further attempts to incite racial violence just 2 weeks later, specifically on the night of May 5th, 2019 in the Pora Tota area in Negombo, and during the following week between May 11th and 13th in regions such as Nathandia, Madampe, Kottaramulla, Dankotu and Minuwangoda, where they were attacking Muslim homes and businesses. The Cardinal highlighted that the first volume of the Presidential Commission's final report, specifically Chapter 27, details these subsequent attacks and explicitly mentions how certain police and security officials abdicated their responsibilities by failing to control the situation. He emphasized that there is a clear and close link between these incidents and the Easter Sunday attacks, asserting the vital importance of identifying the masterminds behind them and investigating whether any external pressure was exerted on law enforcement agencies to prevent them from stopping the violence immediately. Furthermore, he remarked on the heightening anxiety among certain politicians and political forces as current investigations reveal evidence of high-ranking officials being directly linked to the attacks, particularly following the revelations made by Britain's Channel 4. He criticized the childish efforts of those attempting to sabotage these probes through fabricated narratives, suggesting such actions stem from a fear of their own exposure. He maintained that there is no fault in questioning or detaining anyone involved, regardless of their status, as the primary objective is to uncover the truth. He condemned the practice of hiding associates behind the label of war heroes as a despicable course of action. In conclusion, the Cardinal recalled the pledge made by President Anukumar Dissanayake on October 6, 2024 at the Katuwapitiya Church, where the President promised the victims that the truth behind the Easter attacks would not be lost to time. Accordingly, the Cardinal urged the President to transform the promise into reality by conducting a comprehensive, transparent and truth-based investigation, expressing his confidence that the measures already initiated would continue to move forward.
සම්බන්ධ වූවන් ගෙන්වා හෝ තමන් බාරයට ගෙන හෝ ප්‍රශ්න කිරීමේ වරදක් නැත. අවශ්‍ය වන්නේ සත්‍ය සෙවීමයි. තමන්ගේ හිතවතුන් ආරක්ෂා කිරීම සඳහා රණවිරු ලේබලය තුල ඔවුන් සැඟවීමට උත්සාහ කිරීම ඉතා නින්දිත ක්‍රියාමාර්ගයකි. 2024 ඔක්තෝබර් 6 වන දින අතිගරු ජනාධිපති අනුර කුමාර දිසානායක මහතා මීගමුව කටුවපිටිය දේවස්ථානයේදී බෝම්බ ප්‍රහාරයේ වින්දිතයන් මුණ ගැසුණු මොහොතේ ඔවුන්ට දුන් ප්‍රතිඥාව වූයේ පාස්කු ප්‍රහාරයේ පිළිබඳ සත්‍ය කාලයේ වැලි තලාවට යට වී යන්නට තමන් ඉඩ නොදෙන බවයි. ඒ අනුව අප එතුමන්ගෙන් ඉල්ලා සිටින්නේ මේ පොරොන්දුව යථාර්ථයක් කරමින් පාස්කු ප්‍රහාරය පිළිබඳව පරිපූර්ණ විනිවිද පෙනෙන සත්‍ය මත පදනම් වූ පරීක්ෂණයක් සිදු කර එහි සත්‍යතාවය අපට එළිදරව් කර දෙන ලෙසයි ඒ සඳහා දැනටමත් ගෙන ඇති ක්‍රියාමාර්ග තවදුරටත් ඉදිරියටම ගෙන යනු ඇතැයි අපි විශ්වාස කරමු.
Meanwhile, a divine prayer was held in the morning today at Katuwapitiya Church with the participation of the Most Reverend Maxwell Silva and J.D. Anthony bishops. A large number of devotees were also present on the occasion. A church service was also held at Zion Church, Batticalow, where an attack was experienced on the Easter Sunday. According to our correspondent, top security was maintained at the church. In addition, church services were organized centering all churches in the Batticalow district.
Media spokesman of the Colombo Archbishop Diocese, Reverend Father Cyril Gamini, says that he believes that the investigations relating to the Easter Sunday attacks are now on a decisive juncture. He made these remarks convening a special media briefing in Colombo today. Media spokesman of the Colombo Archbishop Diocese, Reverend Father Cyril Gamini, stated that it is a well-known fact that the bombings were carried out by an extremist group led by Zaharan Hashim. He observed that investigations reports and ongoing inquiries clearly indicate that these individuals had been disseminating extremist ideologies and teachings within society for many years prior to the date of the explosions. However, he noted that upon reviewing these investigative reports, it becomes apparent that there was a significant lack of interest in arresting these extremist group or producing them before a court during those years. He emphasized that although information was available and the tragedy could have been prevented, a certain group had failed in their duty to stop it. He further asserted that it is evident a separate group had worked to provide Zaharan Hashim and his followers with the necessary protection, facilities and environment to establish themselves. Reverend Father pointed out that the intelligence services had clearly been monitoring this group and investigating them for several years. To illustrate this, he mentioned the case of Jamil, the individual whose bomb failed to go off at the Taj Samudra Hotel, noting that intelligence officers had visited his home even before he eventually blew himself up. According to Father Gamini, the intelligence services admitted that the Presidential Commission of Inquiry that they had been investigating Jamil for a long time. In light of this, the father questioned how individuals under such close surveillance were able to manufacture bombs, gather a safe houses for discussions, decide on targets and travel to their respective locations on the day of the attack without the knowledge of the intelligence units supposedly monitoring them. He suggested that this raises the serious question of whether a program was in operation to protect these individuals and deliberately avoid arresting them. Furthermore, he highlighted that even before the bombing citing incidents like the Vaunateu killings, investigations suggest a conscious effort to protect Saharan's group and divert inquiries. He questioned why such actions were taken and noted that even after the explosions, there were visible attempts to obstruct ongoing investigations, mislead inquiries and withhold relevant information. Father Gamini concluded by stating that the issue extends beyond the bombing themselves, as evidence is now emerging that there was a person or a group positioned above Saharan. He stressed that for justice to be served to the victims who suffered through the Easter attacks, and truth must be revealed through official investigations and proven in a court of law. He expressed his belief that the process is now underway and reaching a critical juncture, urging the government and investigative authorities to persist until the complete truth is uncovered.
Now, a specialized bus service for persons with disabilities commenced operations from the Makumura Multimodal Transport Centre today under the patronage of Minister Bimal Ratnayaka. This project was initiated under the vision of a country that ensures equal opportunities and human dignity for all. A financial allocation of 430 million rupees has been utilized for this program. The Clean Sri Lanka program has also contributed to this initiative. In the first phase, 10 modern air-conditioned low-floor buses specifically designed for easy access for wheelchair users are set to be deployed. Each bus has a total capacity of 80 passengers and is equipped with 33 seats. Specialized technical features have been included to ensure the safety of wheelchair users. This bus service is planned to run from Makumura to Peta and Kadawatha. The route is designed to cover major healthcare centres including Maharagama, Apeksha Hospital and the National Hospital of Colombo, with specially prepared bus stops along the way. A mobile app, LMT Go, was also introduced to this ceremony. Minister Bimal Ratnayaka stated that private bus owners were being urged to join in the industry, assuring the initiative would be expanded to other districts including Jaffna, Batiklo, Kandy and Mathura. He added that after implementing the program by the end of the year and addressing its shortcomings, there will be no necessity for the government to operate it alone. He emphasized that the route permits would not be issued to individuals, but companies would be allowed to initially operate in collaboration with the metro project until discipline and order are established, after which full operations could be handed over to bus companies. Meanwhile, parliamentarian Sugat Wasanta De Silva said that this initiative was not merely about introducing buses, but also about addressing the needs of persons with disabilities, including communication and transportation requirements. He noted that the program should be seen as a humanitarian effort aimed at removing barriers faced by differently abled individuals. Further, Engineer SPC Sugeshwar, Additional Secretary to the President at the Clean Sri Lanka Secretariat, stated that when a person becomes disabled, it often places a financial burden not only on the individual but also on their family. He pointed out that developed countries integrate persons with disabilities into the economy so that they do not become a burden on either their families or the state, adding that this is the government's objective. Deputy Minister Prasanna Gunasena, Parliamentarian Devananda Suravira and a group of officials representing the Clean Sri Lanka office were present at this occasion. A group of persons with special needs also gathered at this event and expressed their satisfaction towards the move.
7 Buddhist monks led by Vietnamese Buddhist monk Venerable Pangyakara Thera arrived in the island today in the morning for a Walk for Peace March from Khatnak International Airport. The march will be held until the 28th of this month from tomorrow with state patronage.
Venerable Melpitiye Vimalakirti Thera and Mahasangha along with Minister Dr. Himiduma Sunil Senevi welcomed the Venerable Theras participating in the Peace March who arrived from USA. Secretary to the President Dr. Nandika Sarath Kumar Nayaka was also present on this occasion. Aloka, the dog named pet of peace, has also arrived with the Venerable monks. The Peace March is being conducted with the objective of promoting non-violence and world peace. Parallel to the Peace March, a puja will also commence in the afternoon today in front of Ruwanmali Mahasaya, Anuradhapura. The march commencing from Anuradhapura tomorrow will pass through a number of main cities in the island until the 28th of April. The final stage of the unique palace march will travel from Kalaniya Rajamaha Viharaya to the Independence Square, Colombo on the 28th of this month. The program being conducted joining a number of sacred places of this country and based on peace and coexistence is due to culminate at the Independence Square. Presidential Secretariat, Clean Sri Lanka Program, Ministry of Public Administration, Provincial Councils and Local Government, the Tri-Armed Forces, Police and the National Design Centre along with a number of state and private institutions are assisting the Peace March. Buddhist heritage of Sri Lanka, traditional arts and craft will also be displayed to the general public during the Peace March. President Andra Kumara Disanayaka has noted in his official X account stating his assistance to the Walk of Peace Peace March. The President has stated that he is privileged in assisting the program aimed at promoting right vision, loving kindness, unity and coexistence among all communities. The march, which will travel through the island starting from Dambulla city, will also carry along with it a sapling of the sacred Bodhi tree and sacred relics of Lord Buddha. The President has also requested all Sri Lankans to join in remembering noble qualities such as peace and kindness which are embedded in Sri Lankan heritage. The X-message of the President elaborates the Peace March will further strengthen national unity and provide the message of peace to the entire world. Meanwhile, the peace delegation, which is now in Sri Lanka, clarified the objective of Peace March, holding a media briefing.
Peace is something that begins from within. As long as we be willing to slow down, willing to look within, if we willing to take some time of our life every day to practice, I truly believe this world will be different.
Now, Mr. Anura Karunatilaka assumed duties as the Minister of Energy today at the Ministry of Power and Energy. Former Minister of Energy Kumar Jayapati, Deputy Minister Ruwan Koditwako, Secretary to the Ministry MRD Aponso and a group of other officials joined the occasion. After assuming duties, the Minister had a short friendly chat with heads of institutions belonging to the Ministry. Minister Anura Karunatilaka said that the energy sector worldwide is currently in crisis due to the situation in the Middle East. He noted that this has a greater impact on a country with a fragile economy like Sri Lanka compared to other nations.
Director General of Road Development Authority Engineer Anurad Hettiarati says that an income of more than 530 million rupees was earned from expressways during the New Year festive season. He made this observation at a media briefing held in Colombo today. Director General of the Road Development Authority, Engineer Anurad Hettiarati, said that over 1.4 million vehicles used the expressways between April 10th and 20th, generating a revenue exceeding 536 million rupees. He noted that compared to the previous year, there has been an increase of over 15% in both revenue and vehicle usage, which has been a significant convenience for the public. Regarding future infrastructure, he mentioned that the road section from Putuhara to Rambukana is scheduled to be opened to the public by March 2027, followed by the Kadavatha to Mirigama section in late 2028. The Director General further explained that efforts are being made to minimize manual cash transactions, noting that payments via credit cards are already possible. Additionally, he shared plans to introduce a multi-lane free-flow system alongside the existing ETC system. This digital method, similar to system used in other countries, will automatically deduct the relevant fees from the user's account by identifying the vehicle's number plate as it passes through.
And now moving on to the Sundara Nuwara segment, our focus is nestled in the shadow of the Pidurutalagala mountain range. Mandaram Nuwara remains a sanctuary perpetually draped in the veil of mist. This tranquil village, hidden between towering emerald peaks, recently faced significant challenges following a series of severe weather patterns and gale force winds. The natural elements left a visible mark on the landscape, disrupting the local road networks and casting a temporary shadow over the daily lives of its inhabitants, particularly impacting the tourism sector and the region's vital agricultural pulse. Despite these hardships, the spirit of Mandaram Nuwara remains unbroken. Life is regaining its familiar cadence as school children navigate the winding paths to their classrooms and transportation services slowly stabilize across the rugged terrain. The aesthetic allure of Mandaram Nuwara, often described as a masterpiece of nature, continues to captivate the senses. Shimmering waterfalls cascade through the mountain cliffs, and the cool, crisp air carries the scent of damp earth and fresh tea. Even as the village heals from recent environmental trials, its breathtaking vistas remain a siren call for travelers. The locals stand ready to welcome visitors once more, offering an authentic glimpse into a world where sublime beauty and human resilience coexist in perfect harmony. And with that, we move on to a short commercial break. See you on the other side with more local news.
Hot and spicy අවුරුදු fun. Cream කොතුමේ fun තමයි. Trending way TikTok එක Instagram live. Battle එකට rubber ගහමු DJ on the other side. Hot and spicy අවුරුදු fun. Cream කොතුමේ fun තමයි.
Unlock the full potential of your dollars with a Ceylon personal foreign currency account and enjoy exclusive benefits.
Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Welcome back. Moving on to more local news. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya states that solutions must be found for the unpaid care work performed by women, which is both a structural and a feminist issue.
The Prime Minister made these remarks while addressing the opening session of the South for Care Learning Hub program held in Colombo today.
This regional program, featuring the participation of South Asian countries, will be held from today until the 24th. It is organized in the collaboration with the International Labour Organization, the World Bank and the International Finance Corporation. The program aims to facilitate the exchange of experience between countries and strengthen capacity building. Furthermore, it serves as a provincial platform to identify pathways towards a stable economy by providing solutions to gender-related issues.
No longer a peripheral issue. It is central to how our economies function and how our societies sustain themselves. Care work, whether domestic work, childcare, or elder care, or community support, is the foundation upon which both formal and informal economies are built.
A discussion was held at the Temple Trees today, praised over by Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya to brief the chairpersons of regional coordination committees and public representatives of disaster-affected districts to accelerate activities of the Rebuilding Sri Lanka program. The objectives are to expedite disaster relief and compensation, as well as the rapid restoration of infrastructure damaged by disasters. Focusing specifically on the district level, the Prime Minister instructed to expedite the provision of disaster compensation and reconstruction work. Additionally, she noted that all allocations have already been granted to provincial councils and directed that the progress of disaster damage and reconstructions be monitored at the provincial level. Minister Samantha Widiaratna and several government officials were also present at the occasion.
Now, the High Commission of India in Colombo has announced scholarships for Sri Lankan nationals under the Ayush Scholarship Scheme for courses ranging from undergraduate to doctoral level for the academic year 2026-2027.
Candidates who wish to apply for undergraduate courses in Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani and homeotherapy should have qualified in physics, chemistry and biology at GCE advanced level. Candidates applying for BSc in Yoga and BA in Yoga Shastra require GCE advanced level qualification in any stream. Candidates seeking postgraduate courses in Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani and homeotherapy must have a relevant undergraduate degree recognized by Central Council of Indian Medicine. Those applying for PhD in Ayurveda and Unani must have a relevant bachelor's bachelor's degree and master's degree recognized by CCIM. Candidates who wish to apply for MSc in yoga and PhD in yoga require any bachelor's degree and master's degree respectively. These scholarships cover tuition fees in full and offer a monthly sustenance allowance for the entire duration of the course. An accommodation allowance and an annual grant are additionally provided. Late date for submitting online applications on ICCR A2A portal www.a2ascholarships.iccr.gov.in is 15th May 2026. For more information, interested candidates may contact Education Wing of High Commission of India, Colombo on 011 2421 605 or 011 2422 788 or 011 2422-789 or email eduving.colombo@mea.gov.in.
Minister of Agriculture, Livestock, Lands and Irrigation, K.D. Lalkantha has forwarded a letter today to the Secretary of the Ministry of Health and Mass Media regarding a news by a private media channel broadcast in a manner harming his character. The minister has requested in his letter to take steps to take action against the concerned channel as per legal grounds, considering the complaint filed regarding acting in an illegal manner, violating the conditions of the transmission license of the concerned private channel. He has also forwarded a letter of demand to the media channel through an attorney at law, requesting the payment of a compensation of 10 billion rupees regarding defamation to his name. The minister stated this during a function at Alayapattua Mahamankandala in connection with the Vari Mahima program. Minister of Agriculture, Livestock, Lands and Irrigation, K.D. Lalkantha asked not to mind whatever they relate and the strike will be delivered at the right moment. One has already been given the blow. They will have to tell the truth in whatever they say and their reply will be given in a proper manner. No matter whatever the allegations are, but they are pleading for pardon after committing offences. There will be no pardon at all for sure. The law will take its own due course, and the minister pointed out.
Meanwhile, the Nuwara police arrested former Ratnapura district parliamentarian Premalal Jayasekara today. This arrest was made in connection with an incident where they allegedly threatened an individual with a firearm in Nuwara town. Premalal Jayasekara had arrived in the Nuwara area for a tour with a group of relatives. The arrest was made following a complaint stating that he had brandished a firearm and threatened a group of individuals from Avisavella during an altercation. Police stated that investigations are currently underway regarding the legality of the pistol-type firearm involved. The CID informed the Colombo Magistrates Court today that further investigations are being conducted into the bank accounts of Dinesh Kumar, a resident of Gandhar, who is allegedly to have managed the finances of the remanded drug trafficker known as Loku Patti. This was stated when the relevant complaint was called before the Colombo Chief Magistrate Asanka S. Bodaragama. Officers of the CID's Illegal Assets Investigations Division informed the court that investigations conducted thus far have revealed that over 300 million rupees have circulated through the suspects' bank accounts. After considering the facts presented, the magistrate ordered the Illegal Assets Investigation Division of the CID to conduct further investigations into these matters and report on the progress.
The group of graduates of the Science Faculty of the Columbia University who has entered into the faculty in April 1976 is celebrating their 50th anniversary.
To mark this occasion, they donate items including equipment for laboratories, computers, furniture and other aid worth over 10 million rupees as a mark of appreciation for the education they received at the institution. This generous support of alumni and other well-wishers has set an example for other groups of alumni to follow. The donation took place at the Science Faculty Library Auditorium at the University of Colombo today.
Now, the Colombo Stock Exchange ended today's trading positively. The All-Share Price Index closed at 22,625.48 after rising by 55.45 points, which represents a 0.25% change. The S&P SL20 index closed at 6,222.46, down by 0.32 points and a 0.01%. Total market capitalization at the close of trading stood at 8.164 trillion rupees. Market turnover for the day amounted to 3.56 billion rupees with 359.78 million shares traded.
On the weather update, showers or thunder showers occur at most places of the island after 1 p.m. Heavy falls above 100 millimeters are likely at some places in western, Sabaragamu, central, Uva and southern provinces and in Ampara district. Showers may occur in Batiklo, Ampara and Hambantota districts during the morning too. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in central, Sabaragamu, north central and Uva provinces and in Gaul, Mathura, Kalutara, Vaunia and Kurunegala districts during the early hours of the morning. We'll be back with foreign news after this break.
Unlock the full potential of your dollars with a Ceylon personal foreign currency account and enjoy exclusive benefits.
Hot and spicy out of the fun. 3 months of the fun tamai.
Welcome back on Foreign News. If Iran refuses to participate in peace talks, all its energy facilities and bridges will be destroyed, says US President Donald Trump.
The 2-week ceasefire between Iran and the United States is scheduled to end tomorrow.
The United States President also stated that there will be no relaxation of the naval blockade imposed targeting Iranian ports. He further noted that this measure will continue to enforce until a permanent agreement is reached between the two countries. Following Iran's closure of the Strait of Hormuz, the US imposed naval blockade has created a highly volatile situation regarding regional security. Amid these developments, Iran has officially announced that it is not prepared to participate in the next round of talks scheduled to be held in Islamabad, Pakistan. Iran Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi pointed out that the blockade imposed by the United States is a violation of the ceasefire agreement between the two nations and a disruption to diplomatic relations. It has been confirmed that only 3 vessels have passed through the Strait of Hormuz in the past 12 hours. Meanwhile, foreign media reports that Israel has continued its attack on Lebanon despite the ceasefire agreement with Hezbollah. The second round of talks between Israel and Lebanon is scheduled to be held in Washington next Thursday.
And now for news from the sporting arena. The under 85 kilogram weight category New Zealand rugby team arrived in the island last night to participate in the rugby tournament with the Sri Lanka national rugby team.
This has been the second occasion the New Zealand rugby team is touring Sri Lanka. 2 matches have been included in the tournament between Sri Lanka and New Zealand rugby teams. Officials of the Sri Lanka Rugby Association and a group of other officials were present at the Katunayake International Airport to welcome the New Zealand rugby team, which consists of a total of 38 officials and players altogether. The first match between the two teams will be played on the 25th of this month at the Racecourse Grounds, Colombo, while the second match is scheduled to be played on the 5th of May at Nithawala Grounds in Kandy.
And with that, we end today's national news telecast. See you again tomorrow. Signing off, I'm Vibhuda Vijay Bandar alongside Dulanjali Anand. Good night.
Good night.
இலங்கை மக்களுடைய அதிர்ஷ்டத்தின் நம்பிக்கைக்குரிய தெரிவான அபிவிருத்தி லோத்தர் சபை இன்றும் மக்களுக்கான அதிர்ஷ்ட வாய்ப்புகளை அதிகரித்து நாட்டிலே வெற்றியாளர்களை உருவாக்கப் போகின்றது. நாட்டிலே 62 கோடி ரூபாவை தாண்டிய மாபெரும் சூப்பர் ஜாக்பாட் பணப்பரிசின் வெற்றியாளரை உருவாக்கிய கப்ருக்கு இன்றைய சீட்டிழப்புக்கான சூப்பர் ஜாக்பாட் 24 கோடி ரூபாவை கடந்திருக்கின்றது. இன்று ஏப்ரல் மாதம் 21ஆம் தேதி இன்றைய டிஎல்பி சீட்டிழப்புகளுக்கான சூப்பர் ஜாக்பாட் விவரத்தை முதலிலே நாங்கள் உங்களுக்கு அறிய தருகின்றோம். இன்றைய கப்ருக்கு சீட்டிலிப்பின் சூப்பர் ஜாக்பாட் 24 கோடி ரூபாவை கடந்திருக்கின்றது. 2 அதிர்ஷ்ட வாய்ப்புகளில் 1 கோடி ரூபாய் பணப்பரிசுகள் காத்திருக்கின்றன. இன்றும் 26 கோடி ரூபாவை கடந்திருக்கின்றது கப்ருக்கு சீட்டிலிப்புக்கான சூப்பர் பணப்பரிசுகள் மாத்திரம். இன்றைய சூப்பர் போல் சீட்டிலிப்புக்கான சூப்பர் ஜாக்பாட் 11 கோடி ரூபாவையும், அது கோடிபதி சீட்டிலிப்பின் சூப்பர் ஜாக்பாட் 5 கோடி ரூபாவையும், ஷனிதா சீட்டிலிப்புக்கான சூப்பர் ஜாக்பாட் 5 கோடி ரூபாவையும், சுப்ரி தன சம்பத் சீட்டிலிப்புக்கான சூப்பர் ஜாக்பாட் 2 கோடி ரூபாவையும், ராசி அதிர்ஷ்டம் சீட்டிலிப்புக்கான தனயோகம் 1 கோடி ரூபாவையும் கடந்திருப்பதோடு இன்றும் ஜெயசம்பத் ஊடாக 2,50,000 ரூபாய் பணப்பரிசுகளையும், சஸ்ரி ஊடாக 2 லட்சம் ரூபாய் பணப்பரிசுகளையும் நீங்கள் அதிகமாய் வெல்வதற்கு சந்தர்ப்பம் இருக்கின்றது. இன்றைய டிஎல்பி சீட்டிலிப்புகளுக்கான ஒட்டுமொத்த சூப்பர் ஜாக்பாட் பணப்பரிசு தொகை மாத்திரம் 52 கோடியே 90 லட்சம் ரூபாவை கடந்திருக்கின்றது. இன்றும் ஏராளமான பணப்பரிசுகள் உங்களுக்காகவே காத்திருக்கின்றன. சூப்பர் போல் சீட்டிலிப்பின் சூப்பர் கேஷ் விசேட இலக்கங்களின் தெரிவுக்காக 25,000 ரூபாய் பணப்பரிசுகளை அதிகமாய் வெல்வதற்கு சந்தர்ப்பம் இருக்கிறது. உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், ஷனிதா சீட்டிலிப்பில் தற்போது சூப்பர் ஜாக்பாட் பணப்பரிசின் வெற்றியாளராக மாறும் உங்களுக்கு பணப்பெறுமதியின் ஒரு பகுதியை புத்தம் புதிய காராகவும் மிகுதியை நீங்கள் பணமாக பெற்றுக் கொள்வதற்கு சந்தர்ப்பம் இருக்கின்றது. அல்லது வெற்றியாளர் தனது விருப்பத்திற்கு அமைய முழு தொகையையும் பணமாக பெற்றுக் கொள்ளலாம். அது மாத்திரமல்ல, ஷனிதா சீட்டிலிப்பினுடைய லக்கி சான்ஸ் விசேட இலக்கத்தின் தெரிவுக்காக 50,000 ரூபாய் மேலதிக பணப்பரிசுகளும் அதிகமாய் உங்களுக்காகவே காத்திருக்கின்றன. இன்றைய டிஎல்பி சீட்டிலிப்புகளுக்கான சூப்பர் ஜாக்பாட் விவரங்களை நாங்கள் உங்களுக்கு அறிய தந்திருந்தோம். இன்றைய சீட்டிலிப்புகள் சற்று முன்னர் தேசிய தொலைக்காட்சியின் கலையகம் ஒன்றிலே நடுவர்களின் மேற்பார்வையின் இடம்பெற்றன. அவற்றை இப்பொழுது நீங்கள் பார்வையிடலாம். இது டிஎல்பி லாட்டரி ஷோ. இன்று நடுவர்களாக கடமையாற்றுவோர் ஹோமாகம பிரிவிற்கு பொறுப்பான சிரேஷ்ட போலீஸ் அத்தியட்சகர் திரு CD லியனகே, ஜனாதிபதி அலுவலகத்தின் உதவி பணிப்பாளர் திரு அகில சச்சிந்த மதநாயக்க, தேசிய கணக்காய்வு அலுவலகத்தின் கணக்காய்வு அதிகாரி திருமதி MP ஜெயவர்தன.
தினமும் கோடீஸ்வர வரம் தரும் அத கோட்டிபதி சீட்டிலிப்பின் ஊடாக அதிர்ஷ்டசாலிகளாகிய உங்களை இன்றைய தினம் சந்திக்கின்றோம். இன்றைய தினம் உங்களுக்கான அதிர்ஷ்டத்தோடு நாம் உங்களை சந்திப்பது அத கோட்டிபதியின் வெற்றிகரமான 2966வது சீட்டிலிப்பு வாரத்தின் ஊடாக இன்றைய தினம் உங்களின் கோடீஸ்வர கனவினை நிறைவேற்ற போகின்ற அத கோட்டிபதி சீட்டிலிப்புக்கான சூப்பர் ஜாக்பாட் பணப்பரிசிலின் பெறுமதியினை பார்க்கலாம். 5,74,41,688 ரூபாய். 5 கோடி ரூபாய்க்கும் அதிகமான சூப்பர் ஜாக்பாட் பணப்பரிசில் மாத்திரமல்ல, 40 ரூபாயிலிருந்து 20 லட்சம் வரையிலான இதர பணப்பரிசில்களை அத கோட்டிபதி சீட்டிலிப்பினூடாக உங்களால் வெல்லக்கூடியதாக இருக்கும். அப்படியானால் சற்று முன்னர் தேசிய தொலைக்காட்சியின் கலையகம் ஒன்றில் நடுவர் குழுவின் முன்னிலையில் இடம்பெற்றிருந்த அத கோட்டிபதி சீட்டிலிப்பினை இப்பொழுது பார்க்கலாம். சீட்டிலிப்புக்கான வெற்றி இலக்கங்களின் தெரிவுகளை ஒன்றன் பின் ஒன்றாக பார்க்க போகின்றோம். இயந்திரத்தினூடாக தெரிவு செய்யப்பட்டுள்ள முதலாவது வெற்றி இலக்கம் 40. தொடர்ந்தும் அத கோட்டிபதி சீட்டிலிப்புக்கான இரண்டாவது வெற்றி இலக்கத்தின் தெரிவினை இப்பொழுது பார்க்கலாம். இரண்டாவது வெற்றி இலக்கமாக 74 தெரிவு செய்யப்பட்டுள்ளது. உங்களுக்கான அதிர்ஷ்டம் இன்றைய தினம் கோடீஸ்வர வரமாக உங்களின் கரங்களில் வந்து சேரப்போகின்றன. அந்த வகையில் உங்களுக்கான அதிர்ஷ்டத்தினை வழங்க போகின்ற சீட்டிலிப்புக்கான மூன்றாவது வெற்றி இலக்கமாக 19 தெரிவு செய்யப்பட்டுள்ளது. தொடர்ந்து இன்றைய சீட்டிலிப்புக்கான நான்காவது வெற்றி இலக்கத்தின் தெரிவினை பார்க்கலாம். 4 வெற்றி இலக்கங்களுக்கான பணப்பரிசு தொகையானது 20 லட்சம் ரூபாய். நான்காவது வெற்றி இலக்கமாக 16 தெரிவு செய்யப்பட்டுள்ளது. தெரிவு செய்யப்பட்டுள்ள இந்த வெற்றி இலக்கங்கள் உங்களுடைய டிக்கெட்டில் சரியாக காணப்படுகின்றன என்று பார்த்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். தொடர்ந்தும் இன்றைய சீட்டிலிப்புக்கான ஆங்கில எழுத்தின் தெரிவினை பார்க்கலாம். தெரிவாகி இருந்த 4 வெற்றி இலக்கங்களோடு ஆங்கில எழுத்து சரியாக காணப்பட்டால் இன்றைய தினம் அத கோட்டிபதி சீட்டிலிப்பின் சூப்பர் ஜாக்பாட் பணப்பரிசினை உங்களால் வெல்லக்கூடியதாக இருக்கும். அதிர்ஷ்டகரமான ஆங்கில எழுத்தாக L தெரிவு செய்யப்பட்டுள்ளது. இடம்பெற்றிருந்த அத கோட்டிபதி சீட்டிலிப்பின் முடிவுகளை நடுவர் குழுவினர் இப்பொழுது உறுதிப்படுத்துகின்றார்கள். நடுவர் குழுவின் உறுதிப்படுத்தலோடு நமக்கு கிடைக்கப்பெற்றுள்ள இன்றைய சீட்டிலிப்பின் முடிவுகளை உங்களுக்கு வழங்குவதற்கு தயாராக இருக்கின்றோம். இன்றைய தினம் அத கோட்டிபதி சீட்டிலிப்பினூடாக 2 லட்சம் ரூபாய் பெறுமதியான பணப்பரிசில்கள் வெல்லப்பட்டுள்ளன. வெற்றியாளர்களுக்கான டிக்கெட்டுகளை விற்பனை செய்துள்ள விற்பனை முகவர்கள் மாலுபே திரு MKL நிஷாந்த், அலுபோமுல்ல திரு WS நிரோஷ் பெர்னாண்டோ, யட்டவத்த திருமதி H கந்திகும்புர, மஹியங்கனை திரு HM உபாலி ஜெயசிங்க, மாதம்பே சந்தி திரு HB நாலக ஜெயசிங்க, பாலியகுட திரு வி ஏ சுராங்க இந்திக்க மற்றும் கிளிநொச்சி திரு கே லிங்கராஜா மொத்தமாக 7 அதிர்ஷ்டசாலிகள் இன்றைய தினம் 2 லட்சம் ரூபாய் பெறுமதியான பணப்பரிசில்களை வென்றிருக்கின்றார்கள். அந்த வகையில் இன்றைய தினம் சிறுகிழப்பினூடாக பகிர்ந்தளிக்கப்பட்டுள்ள மொத்த பணப்பெறுமதியானது 81,99,080 ரூபாய். நாளைய தினம் அத கோடிபதி சிறுகிழப்பினூடாக உங்களுக்காக காத்திருக்கும் சூப்பர் ஜாக்பாட் பணப்பரிசிலின் பெறுமதி